Hey, this is Marilyn Gigliotti.
Hey, this is Brian O'Halloran.
Hey, everybody. My name is Scott Schiaffo, actor best known as the Chulies Gum Guy from the film Clerks.
And welcome to Clerks Minute.
You're listening to Clerks Minute.
And I'm not even supposed to be here today.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Clerks Minute, the show where we break down the 1994 Kevin Smith classic, one not sponsored by hostess, minute at a time. I'm Blake.
I'm Kyle.
And we have the movie freeze-framed right now. We're talking about minute 21 of the movie, and we have it freeze-framed on a spinning fruit pie filling standing. Yeah. And we noticed, as I paused it because I wanted to get the details on it, that it's supposed to be hostess.
Yeah. But they just slapped some white tape over it and wrote Dave's on it.
And they have this historical little drawing on the bottom next to the cherry.
It's supposed to be some guy giving a thumbs up or something. It looks like a juggalo.
It's so freaking random and funny that I might just make it the picture for this episode.
Yeah.
It's so ridiculous. It's funny to me. So... I'd love to know, though, the time frame that went by in this scene, because Dante's doing two completely different things when this thing starts, but I have to, we continue the minute, though, from the previous minute, and I gotta give credit where it's due to, Randall for being polite and opening the door for our lady that was sitting outside for an hour. So
lady?
That was really nice of him to do.
Yeah. I was gonna say it's like an aurora borealis. It doesn't happen very often.
It is written here, actually. Actually, right in the script it says, the door closes behind him, only to be held ajar in a gentlemanly fashion a few moments later.
Yeah. So, like I said, Randall doing something nice. It's like an aurora borealis. It's not very often.
So, all right. Where are we? Okay, according to the script, according to the script, it says a coffee filter is shown into a metal pan, shoved into a metal pan, and someone heaps ground coffee into it. We've seen this same routine before. Dante crosses back to his post as Randall enters, and this is where we are. Randall is such a douchebag sometimes. He really is such a douchebag.
Oh, yeah.
He was dealing with a guy who I have to admit is also kind of a douchey move.
Yeah.
A guy coming into the store refusing to pay late fees.
Yeah.
Okay. Fine.
He said the store was closed for 2 hours yesterday.
Well, it might have been. Who knows? And he's tore up his membership.
Yeah.
Okay. That sounds a bit extreme, don't you think? Isn't that a bit extreme?
A bit, yeah.
Like, I almost say, threaten if you get the money back before you ripped up the membership? That's the question I have.
Considering how bright some of the customers are here, he probably didn't do that.
I didn't think so. He's a firm believer in the believer in the philosophy of a ruling class, especially since I rule.
Oh, by the way, we forgot the word.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Good call. We forgot, because we got distracted with our
fruit pie.
Fruit pie over here. What is our word for this segment?
Syntax.
And that's a cool word, actually, for this thing.
Okay, so we have 3 different definitions here.
Ooh, 3.
We have the way in which linguistic elements, such as words, are put together to form constituents, such as phrases or clauses, and the second half of this is the part of grammar dealing with this. Number 2 is a connected or orderly system, harmonious arrangement of parts or elements, the syntax of classical architecture is an example.
Okay.
And number 3, syntactics, especially as dealing with the formal properties of languages or calculi.
Oh.
And I have the feeling that they're referring to the second definition here.
And what was the second one again? Repeat.
Connected or orderly system, harmonious arrangement of parts or elements, the syntax of classical architecture is an example given.
That does make sense. That does make sense perfectly. Yeah. So that's when we get into Randall talking about our customer. And then...
Yeah.
Actually, what's interesting here... Wait a second. So we're talking about this. Apparently there's a whole thing cut out that I'm reading here in the script involving a pelican.
A pelican?
A pelican. I'm going to read from the script here. This is straight out of the script. This is right after I Rule. We cut, and then we have our fruit pie thing that we got a little obsessed with. So, apparently, there's a pelican flying around the store. At this point, I swear it's in the script. And Randall goes and says, "Is the pelican flying?" And
Randall,
Dante
you gotta
says,
get off the drugs, man.
"Don't screw with it. It makes us look suspicious." What?
Actually, this sounds like something Jay and Bob would do.
I can't stand a voyeur. I'll be back. The pelican's a voyeur. So, apparently okay, let's keep going here. Oh, okay.
What?
So apparently he looked at surveillance tapes to find where the pelican flew to. What the fuck?
Wait. What, repeat that?
He went to, according to this, it says, cut to, internal, back room, POV, VCR. A faraway wall is the only thing we see, but mild gruntings gives away an ascension of sorts. Randall's head rises into view as he's climbing a ladder.
Yeah.
He stops and looks into the lenses. The pelican is a VCR that's hooked up to the surveillance camera. It's not even a real bird. What the fuck? Oh my god!
Well, I can see why they dropped that out.
This is so terrible. Because then it cuts to where we are in the film with the Gatorade bottle. That's where we jump to next.
Okay, I'm sorry.
They cut this whole thing out of Randall on a ladder.
Was this in the rough cut?
This is in the script. It's straight up in the script.
What the fuck?
I don't even know what the fuck that was about. It's so weird. Oh my god. I'm so glad we found that, but that's
All I
really
got
weird.
out of that was something about a pelican hooked up to a security camera.
I don't know what that was about. That was weird. So that was cut from the movie.
And this is done when Kevin Smith was sober.
The most he was doing was smoking cigarettes and maybe drinking a few beers.
Yeah.
At the most. Wow.
You figure this is the stuff you'd get out and start writing when he had weed.
Oh my god, this is fantastic. So anyway, Randall offers Dante a drink, by the way. I just find that funny. He offered him to buy him a drink.
Yeah.
So he asked him who was on your phone this morning at around 2:30. I have a question though. Why was Randall calling him at 2:30? That's the question I have. I understand he's looking for his car, but why is Randall calling him at 2:30? I had a midnight rule when it came to my phone. Okay, true story again. I had a by the way, I should start a drinking game every time I say that, by the way, at this point.
I have a story.
So, in my house, we had two phone lines. We had our main line, and we had the fax machine line. Which I don't understand why we had a fax machine line, but whatever. I was the one that was smart enough, but my sister never did. I went downstairs, figured out the phone wires, moved the phone wire for the fax machine, and put it in my room. And gave myself a phone line. Gave myself my own phone line, and then got an old answering machine from my dad's workplace and hooked it up to the phone. And I have my own little phone system in my room with my own phone number.
So say, did your parents even use the fax machine?
Not anymore at this point, and they didn't figure it out for like a year. They didn't figure I did this for like a year when they realized that the phone in the living room wasn't working anymore. And why I'm on the phone a lot, but they always get to use the phone. Wait, huh? Doesn't make any sense.
Personally, if my parents would be like, damn.
It was well done on my part. It was something I did that's completely out the blue. I just moved the phone cords around the basement. Like, I'm in the basement moving phone cords around to my room. So, the work you have to do.
I'm not even mad. I'm impressed.
Yeah, the work you have to do to get your own private phone number, pre-cell phone, people. This is the kind of stuff you got to do.
So I can imagine your parents just going, I'm not even mad. I'm impressed.
I wasn't punished for anything. It was one of those, oh, that makes sense now. That does make sense. And it was an effort. It was like I made an effort to do something different, you know? So, anyway, the reason I bring that up is because I had a general rule. You can't call me past midnight. That was my general rule. Because obviously, it's not one of those things you can silence the ringer like on a cell phone. Yeah. So I had an after midnight, don't call me unless I call you kind of a rule. Yeah. Please don't call me. But anyway, 2:30 in the morning, and apparently, Dante was on the phone with Caitlin. And is this the first official reference to Caitlin?
Yeah.
Official reference to Caitlin in Dante relationship?
I think,
officially? So, he did not tell Veronica. And I do love the logic of one fight at Veronica is about as much as I can stomach.
Oh, buddy.
Well, one a day. One fight a day. Fair enough.
Oh, buddy, they ain't seen nothing yet.
And I do love the fact that the fight that they had, this massive fight earlier, he said, Randall asked him, what are you two fighting about? I guess it's not really fighting. She just wants me to leave here, go back to school and get some direction. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
This sounds like being a good girlfriend, in my personal opinion. And then I do love Randall saying, I'll bet the most frequent topic of arguments is Caitlin Bree. And then we cut off the minute at, I'm going to offer you some advice, my friend. What is the advice? What's the advice, Randall? What's the advice?
And what's the frequency, Kenneth? Come on.
Frequency, Kenneth. I hate that song, but I know it by heart. Yeah. Don't you hate that about a song where you hate it, but you know it by heart? That's how it is with that one and that terrible Eiffel 65 Blue Dabba Dee Dabba Da song. I hate that song with a passion. I know it by heart.
I hate a lot of the modern stuff that comes through on the works loudspeakers.
Yeah?
Yeah. Of course, I know it by heart.
Oh, yeah. In the bingo hall, that happens a lot, right?
Yeah.
Where it's like you're in the bingo hall and they're playing all these songs. I'm like, I don't like these songs, but I've heard them 10,000 times because they play them on repeat. See, I don't mind that one so much because at least it's fun to make fun of. That's fun to make fun of, at least.
All the single fellas.
Well,
pathetic. So pathetic.
You can do the hand thing, and it's funny. That's at least funny to make fun of. But, like, there was this one song, I don't remember what it was. I think they took the na hey hey goodbye thing and turned it into a hip hop song. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, what is this song? It's terrible, absolutely awful. But we're sounding like a couple of millennials all of a sudden. Like, it's absolutely terrible music.
Seriously, people, your ideas of artists are Kanye West, Missy Elliott, and
Missy Elliott's funny because back in the day.
Yeah.
I did actually enjoy, like, Work It, which is that's a great dance song, that kind of thing. Yeah. It's a great dance hip-hop song that I loved. But, like, I don't understand how she's still around, like, nowadays. Because that song came out in the fucking 90s. How is she still going 20 years later with trying to be relevant? Yeah. Right. Apparently hanging out with Fall Out Boy, as we learned earlier in this week.
But Kanye West, Missy Elliott, and who else is there? I
don't know much about.
I'm trying to... the one who did that horrible cover of that Anaconda.
Oh, Nicki Minaj.
Yeah, Nicki Minaj.
I hate Nicki Minaj.
Nicki Minaj
is the reason I stopped watching American Idol, and that's the truth. People, I'm a huge American Idol fan, and I'm going to probably watch the relaunch next year. Me and Mandy met because of American Idol. That's the reason we met, is because of common interests through American Idol live journal communities. That's how we met. So I have a real association with that show. But the minute they changed the judges, and I understand you got to change judges every so often. I understand that completely. But they brought Nicki Minaj and Mariah Carey on as judges. I was done with the show after that. Even though they did change them again, they put J-Lo and Crazy Urban in, I was done. I could not go back. I couldn't watch it again until the Furious finale. I hate her with a passion.
She's so talented to be able to steal everybody else's songs and
her tits hang out. That's pretty much all she is. She is a hack with her tits hanging out. Like, I don't understand.
Yeah, I think you're a horrible singer and a horrible person. But thanks for showing me your tits.
That's pretty much it. She's the one that has, like, she has her tits out and she has something covering her nipples so they can be hid. It's so terrible. I see pictures at the VMAs. Like, what the fuck? How is that fashion? I don't understand how that's fucking fashion anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know. I say that, and that completely trashes all like Bella Thorne's outfits that get her national attention. So that could be it too. I don't know. It annoys me.
Basically, it's I repeat a few words and I sample everybody else's songs, so that makes me an artist.
Well, that's called hip hop, though. In all seriousness, like Eminem used to do that, but at least he gave proper credit.
Yeah, like he doesn't.
Like Stan. Yeah. A famous song, Stan, that was taken from Dido's Thank You. You know what I mean? Like, things like that.
I mean, she actually threw a hissy fit and said it was racist that she didn't win for best song because of Anaconda. Well, no.
Terrible song!
I know. And she basically my response was, no, No, basically, even if you had one, the award would have to go to Sir Mix-a-Lot, whose music you stole.
Yeah, it's a